Neil, back for your 14th Crucible. You've climbed the mountain back in 2010. You've had some epic matches here. Do you have an affection for the Crucible?
Yeah, of course. I think like anyone who's had special memories here, I think especially being a former winner, you always get that extra sort of louder reception, I suppose. And I guess looking back, 2010, it's quite a while ago now. So I'd really love to have a good run and hopefully get to the group of players who have won it twice.
In terms of your season, you won Hong Kong, but then how big was taking victory in the Scottish? Because obviously at that stage we knew you weren't going to be in the Masters, but it was a timely return to form and you were reminding everyone that you're still a world-class player.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think all professional sportsmen have ups and downs throughout their careers with whatever it may be, on the table, off the table, and nobody's sort of like immune from that. And I think the thing that was the most proud for me was that I was able to respond so quickly after the disappointment of not making the Masters. I think it was like 4 days out of the top 16. Then I was back in it again, but obviously the cutoff was after the UK Championship. So it was really good the way I sort of like came out and won Scotland in the style that I did as well. I played so well throughout the tournament, and obviously huge drama at the end of the match as well. And so I think watching the Masters wasn't easy, I must admit. It's the first time I hadn't been there for a long time, and but it was still great, sort of winning another big tournament, and winning two major titles, sort of coming into the World Championships is a good place to be.
And one of the things that's good about you're always very honest about what's going on off the table and on the table. And do you think when you've come through some difficult times or some issues in your personal life, when you get back to a nice even keel in your personal life and you're playing well, are you a little bit tougher to beat than you were in the old days because you've been on a little bit of a journey and you've added a little bit of armour to the mental strength?
Yeah, I think so. I think that definitely. I think this is the first World Championship I've probably been able to play in for about 3 years, where I've come here completely just focused on snooker and nothing else. Nothing else can sort of intervene in between sessions or anything like that. So, I'm here fully focused, and it's a great feeling to come here and just play snooker and try to win the tournament, So, whatever happens, I couldn't be better prepared. Everything's going great. And, it's all about sort of, you need that little bit of luck to win here. I think every player will admit that. But you also need to play really well. And, like I said, it's the first time in 2 or 3 years where I'm really prepared, for the major tests ahead.
And we're looking forward to that match between you and Rob Milkins. I mean, one of his best moments here, I guess, was beating you. He was really emotional about that in the press conference afterwards. I know it was a few years ago. You guys meet each other so often on the circuit, and you've got a winning record against him. Would that occasion from 2013 be in your mind, or is it just one of those things and it's long forgotten about?
No, not really. I think coming into the tournament, I was actually the pre-tournament favourite, and I think with Judd and Mark Selby, I think the three of us were all the favourites for the tournament, and I just won the China Open, and so I was like high on confidence. And but Rob at the time, I think he was like sort of provisionally 12 in the world or something. So even though he was outside the top 16, all the players knew he was at the time definitely like a top 16 player. So it was probably the toughest draw you could have got back then. And he came out and he had the the cider drinking song, and all the crowd were like clapping to the song and stuff. And it just like, he played the he played the underdog tag, beautifully. I thought, there's no pressure on him throughout the whole match, and that can be annoying sometimes as a top player if you're playing someone who's got nothing to lose and they're joking around with the crowd and stuff like that. And so I guess in a way that probably caught me off guard a little bit, but I'll be well prepared for anything that gets thrown at me this time. Whether he'll do that or not, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm definitely well prepared for any sort of challenges ahead.
Well, we're glad you're in a good place. Have a great tournament.
Cheers, Rob. Thanks, mate.
Betfred, proud sponsor of the World Snooker Championship.